Welcome to the Vibrant Living Podcast, where we talk about living fully aligned spirit, soul, and body, and your whole life. I am your host, Donna Tashjian, and today I am joined by Becky Hancock. She is a wife, mother of five, and an online presence strategist, often described as an online present wizard who helps businesses to show up clearly and confidently online. Welcome, Becky.
Hi, Donna.
And where do you find yourself in the world?
I am in Rochester, New York. I've been here my whole life. Um, Lived out of town briefly during college, but came back home right after.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get involved with helping people discover their brand and being visible online and all of those things that we're going to talk about today?
Well, I'm one of those few people that uses my degrees every day. So I have one degree in graphic design, another in web design and new media,
Mm-hmm.
plus almost 30 years of experience working as a designer. Um, Throughout my career, I've worked in advertising agencies, marketing departments of corporations. I've also worked as a user experience designer, web development, and web design. So I'm sort of combining all of those things together into one business to help people build and develop their online presence.
Mm. What's your favorite thing about what you do?
Probably visual design. That's the thing that I find myself getting lost in quite frequently. It's also the biggest challenge for my clients too. So there's a good alignment there too. But yeah, I could do anything related to visual design all day, any day.
Yes. Well, it's fun to have the something specific that we really love about what we do every day, besides the amazing women that we work with and that kind of thing as well. So, what is the hiccups, the things that hold us back from actually being visible so that we can be seen online?
I think for women in particular, it's just developing that voice and having that confidence to speak out because people my age and older, I think I'm 50 now. We were raised to be quiet, timid human beings as girls. And I think now that so many of us in midlife are reinventing ourselves,
Mhm.
we're having to discover that voice for the first time in our lives. And it can often be a challenge because we're so worried about what other people think about us,
Mhm.
if we're going to offend somebody, things like that.
Or about tooting our own horn.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to brag that I'm amazing.
Exactly.
Oh, so yes, I can see. And so what does me staying in that belief that I can't really toot my own horn, I can't really brag about myself, what does that end up costing me in my vision and what God has called me to do?
Well, it costs you clients and it costs you revenue.
Hmm.
So developing that confidence to put yourself out there and is sort of escaping that mindset that you need to hide behind a mask is the number one thing we all need to do as women in business.
Yeah. And it actually cost us a lot personally too. Because as long as I stay hidden, I'm really not fulfilling the vision that's in my heart. As long as I'm just a little bit on my back foot, as one of
Hmm.
my British friends used to say, it's like, get on your front foot and go for it. So, there's quite a few people that help people with their brand. What's unique about you?
So I actually build brands in a 5 day sort of sprint. So when a client decides to work with me, I first set out and I do all of their targeted market research because I believe any business decision, including design, is it all needs to be grounded in research. Otherwise, you're sort of shouting into a void or maybe throwing darts at a dartboard blindfolded. You don't really know who your target is until you understand who your audience is. So I use that research as a basis for everything. And then from there, I develop all their messaging, their content strategy, their branding, and then the culmination of all this work, of course, is a website in which they can, it's a safe space where they can own their voice, own their online presence, own their content, and advertise themselves. And I do all of that in about 5 days.
That's incredible because I have personally talked to about two people who do web design, and it could be months before you
Mhm.
get that website. So that is very unique
Yeah,
about you.
there's really no reason for that. It does not take more than a few hours to build a website, if I'm being honest.
As long as you do have all the information you need from your
Yes,
people, because sometimes that's the hiccup that
right.
they don't have the content or the information you need to create that from. So yes,
Mm,
I know that can be part of it, but yes, months of doing that seems something difficult. Seems like something's off with that. So
yes, for sure.
tell me a little bit about Becky the woman. What are some of the things she loves to do?
Well, I eat, sleep, and breathe design, so that extends away outside of my professional career. It also means, making sure the spaces that I live in are beautifully designed and well organized and keep me calm. I
Mhm.
find that if there's a mess hanging around someplace, that I get really stressed out about it. And it's sort of like it looks like my brain spilled out onto this canvas of my house, and I have to I have to organize it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I really enjoy interior design. I enjoy gardening. I enjoy doing crafts, all the typical girly activities. I also enjoy traveling quite a bit, particularly with my husband and my children. Um, we go all over the world together, and that's a very, very important part of me. I think, not buying stuff, but rather having experiences
Hmm.
um, is far and wide better than accumulating things.
Yeah. So, what's some of the wisdom that you've learned, not specifically about designing a website, but being a business owner and to operating that? What are some of the wisdom and things you've learned over your years of experience?
Basically, don't give up. There's always going to be highs and lows, but you have to find that strength within yourself to keep going no
Hmm.
matter what situation presents itself on a daily basis. So, some days are good, some days are bad, some days are amazing.
Hmm.
Um, you just got to be able to keep moving forward through all of those ups and downs.
Hmm. Do you like to read?
I read in the form of audiobooks. So,
Okay.
yes,
All
not
right.
really with my eyes because I'm dyslexic and that can be
Okay.
difficult,
Yes, it
but I
can.
do enjoy listening to all kinds of different books and podcasts.
And so, what is one of your favorite books that you read last year?
Oh gosh. Oh, it's right here. I can show you all. This one.
Ooh, yes.
You are a badass.
Yep. Read
How to
that
stop
one.
doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. That one's
There you
by
go.
Jen Sincero. Yeah, that was my favorite book I read last year.
That's great. It is, it's to me, I'm always reading. So I love to ask people that question. It's like, because you are what you're consuming. It doesn't matter how you're consuming it, what you're taking in is going to change how you think. So
Yeah.
all of that is part of that picture. What is some favorite place you've traveled?
Ooh, I've been so many places. I think Yellowstone National Park was probably the most beautiful place I've ever been.
Mm,
Culturally, probably Scotland. I was in Edinburgh a few years ago. That it was interesting being in Europe for the first time and experiencing how other people live. I mean, it's still a westernized culture, but
hmm.
there's all those little parts, that make the place unique.
Yeah,
Um, and I enjoy learning about those things. Yeah.
that sounds beautiful. So, as we finish up today, some of the things that I'm taking away is that websites don't have to take forever. It's important to have a conversation and do your research so you really know who you're reaching out to and how to completely connect with them as well. And then what the other thing I hear about Becky is that you need to have fun. You need to do things that you love. I think it's one of the things we talked about when we first met is about doing it in 5 days and then you're done with that client and you can do it. It gives you flexibility in your life as well. So everybody should create some flexibility to have some fun, recharging stations, if you will. So
Yeah.
that you have those kind of things as well. So how can people reach out to you?
So you can visit my website, which is beckyhancock.design.
Okay.
I'm also on LinkedIn under Rebecca Hancock.
Okay.
Um, and yeah.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to book a meeting with me, my booking link is bookwithbecky.me.
Okay. We'll have all those links in the show notes then so that you can easily click on that and schedule a call. It can't hurt to get research and find out what that would be like for you.
Mhm.
Any closing wisdom for today?
I love what you said about how I build fun into my life, and that's very true. I do actually schedule that into my calendar each week with my husband. So I think everybody, if there's one thing that you ever do for yourself, definitely schedule the fun.
Beautiful. Thank you, Becky, for taking time to be on the Vibrant Living podcast. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Donna.
You are welcome. As we wrap up our conversation today, who do you know that needs to hear what we shared in this particular episode? Take a minute and share it and bless them. And leave a comment or a review. It is always good to hear from you and what you're taking away from these amazing people that are here on the podcast. And if you'd like to learn more about me or explore what vibrant living looks like, you can visit my website at ivibrantliving.com. On there, you will find out all of my latest events, any giveaways that I have, etc. And so I will look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Have an amazing day.